Something that you're excited about in the near future?
Well, I'm very excited about the near future. The London Knowledge Lab has been created to respond to the socio-technical nature of some of the near future's challenges, and for that reason we're composed of computer scientists and social scientists from the two institutions. I think we live in very interesting times at the moment. The information revolution has reached the end of its first phase and is moving into a second concurrent phase involving ambient technologies, ubiquitous technologies, intelligent agents and so on. And these have serious implications for knowledge, learning and education. At the Knowledge Lab we have several activities in this domain. One line of work is in personalization in e-learning, which utilises these new technologies in order to provide more tailor-made provision to what is likely to be a very heterogeneous and mobile population as the whole world globalises and as Europe expands. Another activity is in the philosophy of technology. This is a little developed field which we're developing in cooperation with partners in Budapest and in France. A line of work which we've been engaged in for some time is the use of computers in mathematics. One project there is called Web Labs, the teaching of mathematics. And another line of activity is in the use of games in education. The two common threads, as I've said, are that we have an eye on the technologies of perhaps 8-9 years hence, going under such names as semantic web. And we have an eye on keeping our research socio-technical so that the work of and the understanding of computer scientists and social scientists are woven together. And that's, I think we live in interesting times, and I think that's a rational way to respond to the structure of the situation.
Something that you feel is on the edge of happening?
Oh, on the edge of happening. One thing that's on the edge of happening is agents. Microsoft is known to have spent $1 billion on agents research, but doesn't think the time is quite right to push them onto the market. So that's an example of the fact that this work has been done. I think we're going to see a sort of cyborg dependence between people, including learners on the one hand, and agents that help them, computational entities on the other, software entities on the other, which sounds a bit like science fiction. But this has application to old people, say, with Alzheimer's. It has application to lifelong learning. As you move through life, you take your agent with you. It has application to tourism, to make the tourist experience richer. And the technology is actually there in a sense. It just isn't much on the marketplace. I think that's something we're going to hear a lot about as the decade progresses.
Okay. An agent for someone with Alzheimer's, what would they do?
Well, one idea would be to use the idea of ubiquitous computing and have sensors around the house, so that a background system would know where the person was in the house and would know if they didn't move for a very long time. And another would be that the doctor in the hospital would be able to communicate, presumably over some sort of telephone line, with a little device that the person carries around in order to program it to remind the person to take the medicines. You know? I mean, these are things that a human can do, but one can't always have a